Hello there. So I'm here to give you a commentary of number 18 in the Catechism of the Catholic Church. And we can read it right now with this heading, Practical Directions for Using this Catechism. Very important for us to take note of. So, number 18 states that this catechism is conceived as an organic presentation of the Catholic faith in its entirety. So this is an interesting description that we have to take note of. It is an organic presentation of the Catholic faith in its entirety. So the entirety of this catechism contains the entirety of the Catholic faith. If you want to find out about the Catholic faith, anything about the Catholic faith, we go to the catechism. In fact, this catechism of the Catholic Church. And it is supposed to be understood or handled as an organic presentation of our faith. Organic means that one part, if you want, we can say one organ relates with the entirety of the other organs, and vice versa. Each of the other organs relates to this first organ that we were talking about, and also the second organ that we are talking about is related to the entirety as well. So it cannot be looked at as this part as independent from the rest. That this part has no relationship with any other part of the catechism. That's why, as the point states, it should be seen, therefore, as a unified whole. Like a human body, which is organic. It is one. I am one. I'm one person, one human being, circumscribed by to the extent of my quantified being. If I cut some part of mine, like I cut off my hand, well, that hand will not anymore be related to the rest. This we cannot do with the catechism, because that point would not be understood properly without the rest being taken into consideration. Just like that hand which is cut off, it does not survive, because it will just dry up and decompose, because it is not anymore connected with the entirety, with the whole of my human being, my humanity. So we cannot separate any part from the others. Thus, numerous cross-references in the margin of the text, numbers found at the end of a sentence referring to other paragraphs that deal with the same theme, as well as the analytical index at the end of the volume, allow the reader to view each theme, each topic, in its relationship with the entirety of the faith. Isn't that interesting? So, when we study the Blessed Trinity, the Blessed Trinity could sound esoteric, abstract, so hard to hold on to, because it's about God, about His intimate life, and how's that related to the other parts of my faith? You know, how is it related to the sacraments, to each of the sacraments? How is the sacrament of penance related to the Blessed Trinity, or the Eucharist to the Blessed Trinity, or the sources of revelation scriptures and tradition, how are they related to the Blessed Trinity, and so forth. This is the way to deal with the Catechism and the Catholic faith. In fact, if we see a discontinuity, a gap between parts, meaning they can't be related to those other parts, there must be something wrong. It's a sign that there is something wrong. For example, when somebody claims to have had a vision of the Virgin Mary, who said certain things, instructions or revelations, strictly speaking, this type of revelation is what we call private revelation. No one is required to believe it. Unlike the public revelation, which began with Jesus, with the prophets, etc., and ended with the last apostle who died, who was in touch with Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the perfection of revelation. No one else can add to that public revelation made by Jesus Christ. It's just that the last apostle, whatever he says that he claims to have been said by Christ or revealed by Christ, is part of that revelation, because he was a recipient, a direct recipient of the revelation from Jesus Christ, right? So when that seer claims to have seen the Virgin Mary, etc., then you investigate what he claims the Virgin Mary said. If any part of that goes against or contradicts any part of the Catechism, that shows that vision, apparition, is not true. It's not to be trusted. It's not to be called a private revelation of God or of the Virgin Mary, because there's something that does not agree as stated in the Catechism of the Catholic Church. Even if so many other things in that private revelation were good, all of them, but there's this one. It cannot be, because there's one that is a mistake and therefore nullifies everything else. So let's take advantage of the footnotes, the cross-references at the margin of the text, and the index, the analytical index at the end of the volume. Very interesting way to help us read fruitfully the Catechism of the Catholic Church. That's all for now. Bye.